Hey everyone, welcome back to Daily English Dose with Alia Mehar. If you've ever felt nervous, shy, or lost for words when trying to start a conversation in English, this episode is just for you. Today, we're going to talk about how to start a conversation in English confidently, naturally, and without fear. But before we begin, I want you to take a deep breath and say this with me. I can speak English confidently. Now say it again. I can start any conversation with ease. Because that's exactly what we're going to achieve today. Confidence, connection, and clarity. Let's be honest. Starting a conversation in English can feel scary. Maybe you're afraid of making mistakes. Maybe you think your accent isn't good enough. Or maybe you just don't know what to say first. You're not alone. Every English learner, yes, every single one, feels that same nervousness at some point. But here's the truth. You don't need perfect grammar or fancy words to start a great conversation. You just need confidence, curiosity, and a few simple expressions. And that's what I'll teach you step by step today. You see, conversation is where real English learning happens. Textbooks can teach you words, but conversations teach you connection. When you talk to people, even small talk like, "Hi, how are you?" your brain learns faster. You start thinking in English instead of translating. You become more natural, more expressive, and more confident. So today's lesson is not about memorizing lines. It's about learning how to connect with people in English. Let me ask you, have you ever avoided talking to someone because you were scared of making mistakes? That's okay. We've all done that. But here's something powerful I want you to remember. Mistakes are proof that you're learning. Every time you try to speak, even if it's not perfect, you're improving. Now, I'll give you a simple formula that works in almost every situation. It's called the SEE formula. S. Smile and say something simple. E. Engage with a question. E. Extend the talk naturally. Let's take an example. You see someone at work or in class. You can start with, "Hi, how's your day going?" That's your smile and say. Then you can engage with something small like, "Are you working on something interesting today?" And finally, you can extend the talk. "Oh, really? That sounds nice. I've been trying to do something similar." Easy, natural, and friendly. That's how real English speakers start conversations, with warmth and curiosity. Now, let's face one big problem: fear. Many English learners understand everything in their heads, but when it's time to speak, the words just disappear. Why? Because of fear. Fear of judgment, fear of mistakes, fear of rejection. But here's a truth I want you to keep close to your heart. People don't remember your grammar. They remember your energy. If you're friendly, kind, and genuine, People will love talking to you, no matter how simple your English is. So next time you see someone, don't wait for the perfect moment. Create it. Say hello. Ask a question. Share a smile. Because conversation starts with you. But when it's time to speak, the words just disappear. Why? Because of fear. Fear of judgment, fear of mistakes, fear of rejection. But here's a truth I want you to keep close to your heart. People don't remember your grammar. They remember your energy. If you're friendly, kind, and genuine, people will love talking to you, no matter how simple your English is. My lovely English learners, every time you click on an episode here, I know one thing. You're not just learning English. You're building your confidence, your dreams, and your future. And today, I want you to feel that connection again, with your purpose, with your progress, and with me, your learning partner on this journey. When we started this channel, Daily English Dose, the goal was never just to teach grammar or vocabulary. It was to help you use English in real life, to make it part of your everyday world, whether you're talking to your friends, your boss, your classmates, or a stranger you just met. And conversation, real, human conversation, is where that magic truly begins. Think about it. Every opportunity, every friendship, every connection in life begins with one small thing: a simple conversation. It could start with a hello, a smile, or even a small comment like, "What a beautiful day." The hardest part of any conversation is the first few seconds. That moment when you decide to speak or stay silent. That's where courage lives. So when you take that small step and say, "Hi, how are you?" or "Hey, how's your day going?" you're not just speaking English. You're training your brain to be fearless. When I first began speaking English, I used to overthink everything. I would translate in my head, I would rehearse sentences before talking, and if I made one small mistake, I would go quiet for the rest of the day. But one day, something changed. I realized that people don't care about my mistakes. They care about my energy, my smile, my tone, my effort. And that realization changed everything. That's what I want you to remember. People remember how you make them feel, not how perfectly you speak. If your heart is open, your words will flow. So here's what I want you to do while listening today. Don't just listen passively. Talk with me. Repeat after me. Practice the words, the tone, the flow. Because English isn't learned by reading. It's learned by speaking, by living it. If you're listening while walking, driving, or relaxing, imagine I'm right there beside you as your friend, helping you find your words. Together, we'll practice small, simple, powerful ways to begin any conversation confidently. By the end of this episode, I want you to feel that you can talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime. Whether it's greeting someone new, talking to a coworker, or chatting casually in a cafe, You'll know what to say and how to say it naturally. And remember, every great speaker once started as a learner, just like you. The only difference is they didn't stop. So please, don't stop. Even if your English isn't perfect yet, keep speaking, keep trying, keep smiling, because every sentence you speak is one step closer to fluency. Now, take a moment to smile. Yes, right now. Smile and say to yourself, I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm proud of myself. All right, my dear learners, you and I are about to enter the most exciting part, how to actually start those conversations. In the next section, I'll teach you real phrases, real-life examples, and smart techniques that will make your English sound smooth and friendly. Let's begin with something very simple, meeting someone for the first time. Imagine you're in a new class, a new job, or a new place, and you see someone you'd like to talk to. You don't need big sentences, just a small, friendly opening. Listen carefully and repeat after me. Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? Hey, nice to meet you. Hey, nice to meet you. Hello, is this your first time here too? Hello, is this your first time here too? See? Simple, light, and natural. These are real English openings that native speakers use every day. Now let's try another situation. Starting a conversation with a friend or classmate. Imagine you meet your classmate in the morning. You could say, Hey, good morning. You look fresh today. Or, Hi, how's everything going? Or, Hey, did you finish the assignment? Let's say it together. Hey, good morning. You look fresh today. Again. Hey, good morning. You look fresh today. Perfect. You can also start a talk by mentioning something around you. That's called small talk. Like, it's so hot today, isn't it? I love the music they're playing here. Wow, it's crowded today. The coffee smells really good. You see, small talk isn't meaningless. It's a soft, gentle way to begin a friendly exchange. It's how humans connect, through small moments. Now, let's go into a slightly different situation, at work or in a professional place. This one needs to sound polite and confident. Listen and repeat after me. Good morning. How's everything going today? Hi, I just wanted to introduce myself. I'm Alia. Hey, I've been meaning to ask, how's your project coming along? I liked your presentation earlier. It was really clear. Let's practice that last one again. I liked your presentation earlier. It was really clear. Good. Now, let's talk about starting a conversation online, maybe on social media or in an English group. Here you can use friendly yet respectful lines like, Hi there, I liked your comment. You made a great point. Hey, I saw your post about learning English. I'm learning too. Hello, I'm trying to improve my English speaking. Want to practice together? When you start a message online, always be polite, short, and clear. People appreciate confidence mixed with kindness. Now let's go a little deeper. How to keep the conversation going after you started. Because starting is easy, but continuing takes skill. Here's the trick. Ask open-ended questions. An open-ended question is one that cannot be answered with just yes or no. For example, instead of asking, "Do you like music?" say, "What kind of music do you like?" Let's practice. What kind of music do you like? Where did you learn English? What do you do in your free time? Which country would you love to visit one day? These questions open up the talk. They make people feel seen and heard, and that's how connection happens. Sometimes when you start a talk, people might give short answers like, "Yeah," or "Fine." Don't worry, that's not your fault. It happens. You can simply extend the talk by showing curiosity. For example, if they say, "Yeah, I'm fine," you can reply, "That's great. How's your week been so far?" Or, "Nice. Have you been busy these days?" Simple follow-ups keep the talk alive. Let's add some emotional connection too. When you talk to someone, use small compliments, but make them genuine. Say things like, "You have a really positive vibe. I like your energy. That's a cool idea. I never thought of that." Compliments make people smile, and when they smile, conversation flows naturally. And remember, the way you say something matters more than what you say. Even a simple "hi" can feel warm and confident when said with a smile and good energy. Now let's repeat a few confidence-building affirmations together. Say them after me with emotion. I'm not afraid to start a conversation. I'm not afraid to start a conversation. I have something valuable to say. My English is improving every single day. I can talk to anyone with confidence. Beautiful. You're not just practicing words, you're building your speaking personality. Let me tell you something. Fluency doesn't come from memorizing 1,000 words. It comes from using 100 words with confidence. You don't need complicated sentences. You need simple, strong, and natural ones. So next time you meet someone, take that small, brave step. Smile, say hello, ask something. The world will respond with warmth. And if you make a mistake, laugh it off. English is not a test. It's a tool for connection. Every mistake is a memory, every conversation a lesson. You are already on this beautiful journey with me, learning step by step, day by day. You've come so far, from listening to understanding, and now from understanding to speaking. And before we end, I just want you to take a moment and feel proud of yourself, because you've spent this time not just listening to English, but feeling it, speaking it, living it. That's what real progress sounds like. Think about where you were when you first started learning. Maybe you felt shy. Maybe you were scared to say even a few words. And look at you now. You're repeating, practicing, and learning with confidence. You are no longer that hesitant learner. You're becoming a real English speaker, step by step, day by day. I want you to write one short English sentence in the comments below, using one of today's phrases to start a conversation. You can write something like, "Hi, how are you today?" Or, "Hey, what kind of music do you like?" Or, "Hello, how's your day going so far?" Write your own version. It could be real or imaginary. Just one simple line that shows you're ready to start a conversation. I'll be checking your comments, and I'll reply to some of you personally. So don't be shy. Let's make the comment section our English conversation zone. And before you go, remember, this channel, Daily English Dose with Alia Mehar, is your safe space to learn, grow, and practice English confidently every day. If today's lesson helped you, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss your next English boost. You are doing something amazing. You're not just learning English, you're building a better version of yourself. Every word you speak, every minute you listen, every time you try, you're moving closer to fluency. So keep going, keep shining, and keep speaking English with courage and joy. Because your English voice matters, and the world deserves to hear it. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. This is Alia Mehar, and you've been listening to Daily English Dose. I'll see you in the next episode, and until then, keep smiling, keep speaking, and keep believing in yourself. Bye for now, my dear learners, and remember, confidence begins the moment you start speaking.